So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome to PEP today Minister Sonnie Badu. Yay! If we had a live audience, standing up and clapping and, So, how are you?
Very well. Doing good, doing fine, by God's grace. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. I'm still trying to recover from the administration.
It was good. We had a good time.
Yes.
My favorite bit was Debbie Dixon. I mean, she just took us there.
Yes.
Sometimes sitting back and being ministered to, you normally don't get people who can really, really take you there. You understand? Because you begin to analyze and assess but she just,
she's been on my show before too.
She just took us there, and I was like, wow, this is just unction,
Yes,
beautiful,
yes,
beautiful.
She's a powerful worshiper,
beautiful,
of the Most High. So, Sonnie Badu, is that your name or a stage name? Is that your given name?
I just took out it's a double barrel name, Sonnie Badu. So I took out the Ajimine for my stage name, but in my passport it's Sonnie Badu. So.
Sonnie
Ajiman Badu.
So it's a compound name.
I come from a royal family.
Okay.
Ajiman means possessor of the land. Yes, awesome. It's from my father's side.
Okay.
So for the stage, it's just Sonnie Badu. But yeah.
Sonnie Badu. You do a lot of African music, you take an African music and you make it contemporary, you make it Western, you change it. Is that what God gave to you?
Yes, that's what God gave me. I was telling Debbie I can't sing like you. I mean, I can never sing like Donnie McClure King. I can never sing like Israel. Why struggle sing like them?
No.
When you have African songs that you can sing it the African way
and
be yourself.
There you go.
They can't also sing it like the way you sing it, So, so it's the same thing. God never gives one everything. So, I'm proud to be African, and I'm proud to be waving the flag of Africa high. Africa has beautiful songs, beautiful rhythms, and it's an honor to be African. Yeah.
Praise God. You do a lot of Nigerian songs. So I try to see, every time I say, he speaks Yoruba better than I do. From your singing, you speak it so well, you sing it so well. You even sing Igbo songs so well, like you're from there. What's the connection between you
If I'm in South Africa, they would ask me the same question. I sing a lot of South African songs. If I'm in Kenya, they ask the same thing. Are you Kenyan? I'm like, no, I think it's a gift from God. If you ask me, I'll tell you, I don't know. But when God makes me all things to all men, that's what I say. So once he gives me that mandate to lead people in worship, he's also given me the ability to be able to understand their language and sing it to them, leading them in their language in worship, And that's what makes the difference, where they're able to reach out to God in their own dialect that way. So I think it's a gift, and he gave it to me, so I'm just making use of it. But my favorite is singing. I love singing Nigerian songs.
Yes, you do it
There's
so
something
well.
about Nigerian songs that it just carries. It's very simple. It feels like one old man just goes to the bathroom and comes out with a song. I mean, who can question you? Songs just pop out from everywhere, and they all make sense. Very simple but deep. Like, who can question you? Oh God, you're the God of heaven and earth.
Simple.
You're God. You're not a man. Able Father, you're God. Simple.
They're true words, and they mean a lot.
Yes, and I understand I've had the privilege to understand who God is. So songs like that actually really, really draws me close to the source.
So, Sonnie, what inspires you? What makes you write songs? What makes you sing songs?
Challenges and pain. You can never talk about sickness if you've never experienced sickness. You can never appreciate health if you've never been sick before. You can never appreciate riches if you've never been poor before. And someone can write a song and you will sing it, but it wouldn't be as effective as the writer singing it, because the writer went through stuff before he wrote it. So most of my songs that I birth out are songs that I birthed out of pain, and God just gave it to me like that. So when I see trouble coming, or when I see that there's an issue coming, now my mindset is, God, what's the next song now? You know, because now I know him. Every time I write a song, it's out of, you know, a situation that he pulled me. I was telling people, I've been homeless in London before. I used to sleep in cars. I've been through a lot. When I wrote Baba, Open the Floodgates, it was literally death and life. When I needed his rain urgently, desperately, you know, and then all the other songs that I've written. But what really inspires me is my pain and challenges. But through it all, I learned to trust in Jesus, and I get better and better.
Would you like to share any of those experiences?
That'll be for another day, I promise you. Yeah,
you promised me.
It's a whole service.
It's been recorded.
You
promised me.
Yes, the next time I'm here, just grab me.
Okay.
We'll talk about it. I mean, okay, there's one that I got to London after schooling in Ghana, went back to London, and at the age of, I think, 17, I lived alone, you know, and that's when hustling life started, where I was going from church to church at 17, leading worship and praise, and sometimes there'll be no food to eat, and sometimes that pastor had to give you something and they'll pretend they forgot, and you're looking at them like, sir, you know, just give me something I just need to buy food. I'm not greedy, just let me buy food. I worked for it. And they look at you and say, oh, God bless you, you know, and you're thinking, yeah, I know, but I need to buy food. I can't go say God bless you to the shop. And this thing went on for 2-3 years, and there are times that I had to walk. You know, in America here, you guys drive a lot.
Yes,
you know, there are no trains and buses, but in London, there are a lot of buses and trains. Sometimes I have to walk 3 hours in the rain going to church. From my background, it doesn't matter what you do to me, I just want to go to church because of how we were raised up. So in spite of all the pain they afflicted on me, I just wanted to be in church, and my joy was to just lead worship. And sometimes when church was closing, I would beg God, don't let the service close, because I don't want to go back to normal life. And sometimes you'd call an auntie and just ask if she's home, and you just go home just to sit around, do all the chores so they can find you food to eat.
Wow. And
one of the pastors stopped putting me on payroll. I became homeless. A young man fending for his life, homeless in London, sleeping in cars. And the young men that I employed in the church, I was now begging them to sleep in their houses when they went to work. But the story is different now.
See how far God has brought you.
So when I say my pain, people don't understand. People don't understand that I have another story that I'll tell maybe after I get married and everything, but I was always rejected. I was the useless one. Is there anything good that'll come from this one? This one, you know, that kind of thing. But things have changed.
Yes, things have changed.
I left Ghana as a student, and now I go back home, and the police dispatch are taking me right from the tarmac, VIP, security, and I'm like, God, I've come so far. And all of this really humbles me. I cry all the time because I know where I started from. And fame doesn't really do anything for me because I know where I started from.
See, that's what God can do. The calling of God on one's life, that's what He can do. He can bring a man from the dunghill, and He will place that man amongst kings.
I'm definitely such.
Isn't that a wonderful God?
That's why when you hear me worship, you know that this guy is not doing any, he's singing.
He means it.
Yeah, because when I'm saying who can question you, when He chose to lift me up, nobody could ask Him how and why. Yeah, when He chose to bless me, nobody had the authority to ask Him why and how.
Would you mind sharing that turning point? Just that one day that
it wasn't
changed?
a one day, it wasn't an overnight thing.
Okay.
But it was a suddenly, What I realized is God cannot help it when you have to go through the test, because out of that you become strong. You lose friends along the way, close friends, companions, best friends, people who, if God said you would lose this one, you'd say, I love this one too much. They turned their back against you. They said things, accused you of stuff you never done. And you still need to stand and say, through it all, I'll learn to trust you.
Amen.
And eventually, you know that they'll come begging. Eventually, you know, but God, the pain. So what God does is, he shows you the glory, but never shows you the story. So he shows you in a dream. You dream and you see yourself standing on the stage, seeing thousands of people, seeing sick people being healed, and you get up and excited. Now when I see those dreams, I sit up and say, what is the test now?
What is the test?
You can't
because
move
you have to go through something to come out.
You can't move me with this stuff again. Now tell me what I'll go through. Prepare me already. Let me know, because I know you. So he doesn't show us what's ahead, but he's so faithful.
Yeah, he is.
When we learn to trust him, I was telling my friends, for 7 years I've never worked for anybody, and I'm a minister full time, and every single year my income increases, it doubles. I'm into different businesses. Like when we're sitting in church, some of my builders back home, because I'm into real estate, they were showing me where things I'd got into, and it all came together suddenly. You know, God gives you this idea, and then things begin to happen, and
it's amazing.
Yes,
it's amazing. Yes. And I know that God himself, I'm sure he must be proud of you for having chosen.
I hope so.
Well, yeah, we pray he's proud of you, that you have become who he wants you to be in his hand, and you're still a work in progress.
On my 30th birthday, I think I was in Ghana, and then God came into my room and he told me, I heard him, he said, I'm proud of you. And then he said thank you. Then I said, no, thank you. He said, thank you. Thank you that you stood. Thank you. It was so beautiful. I was just on the floor crying. I couldn't even breathe. And he said, thank you. Now watch what I'll do. And sometimes, like, I was recently in Ghana. We went to an orphanage, and then it was like 3 hours away from Accra. And then the traffic was so much. Well, because it was Sonnie Badu, pam, 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 phone call, the police just came. Within 30 minutes, I was back. And you're thinking, God, is that just for me? You know? And I've seen God's blessing. I told him, should he call me back home now, I'd say I'm grateful.
Wow.
Yeah. Because everything he promised me, he's done. Should he call me back home, I'd say thank you. For I've enjoyed everything in terms of wealth, in terms of, I've enjoyed it. And I'm so grateful to him.
Yes, for giving you the opportunity.
Yes.
So what is a typical work day like for Sonnie Badu?
It's crazy, you don't want to know. After administration, I go back and remember the time difference as well. I've got a radio station, The Worship Radio. I own a radio station, www.theworshipradio.com.
Okay.
I've got the clothing line. I write books. I've written 10 books. I'm still working on the other 7. I love writing. I love writing. I have conferences as well, so I do prepare messages. I do business seminars.
Sonnie Badu does business seminars?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you were just a singer.
That's what a lot of people think. But I do a lot of business seminars. I have about 9 businesses that I run. I'm into real estate. And
so you're a businessman as well?
Extremely. I got that gift from my mom. Mom, give her $20, she'd give you $200 back in a week. You know, that kind of thing. So I think that's another gift God gave me. And he actually told me, you can be gifted, but you need to be business-minded. A gift without the business mind is useless.
Without work.
You can be gifted and not business-minded. I've seen prophets die poor. And I've seen, you understand? So once you have that gift, you need that business mind to make it work. So a normal day for Sonnie Badu is not normal. I mean, making sure everybody is on point. We have musical equipment shops in Ghana that we rent out.
So what's the next big thing for Sonnie Badu?
We've got a few more tours in Canada, because I don't just sing. I'm a teacher and a preacher. My father was a preacher. So I'm a PK I picked up from my dad. So I normally have my conferences, the Worshipers Conference, and that's mind-blowing. I begin to talk about worship, real worship, what worship is, and it's normally 4 days, you know, and we'll be doing in Toronto, Montreal, and Edmonton. From there, I go to Suriname. There's a concert in the stadium. Then we got Nigeria, we got Australia. God created us in His own image and likeness, and that means that we've been created just like God. What God does, we have the ability to do. And one thing that God does, or He did, that He's given us, is the power of imagination. Before He created creation, He imagined what He wanted to see. So when He said, "Let there be light," He saw light. He imagined light. That's the same power we carry. Now, the greatest nation is not Canada, is not America, is not China. The greatest nation is your imagination. What this means is whatever you imagine, you can have it. The good thing about imagination is it's free of charge. If you close your eyes seeing yourself in a private jet, how much would you pay? Nothing. But once you imagine it, God blesses it. So I'm just telling everybody to shut the negative pictures and imagine positive stuff. See yourself at the top. See yourself doing it. And it works like magic. God blesses it. So
Thank you. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure talking to Sonnie Badu on PEP with Yemi Sholotan today on Distinction TV. I want to thank you all for joining me, and I hope that you'll come back next time. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.